appears what it is here for RG3, and I'm not trying to be callous. Mike Shanahan, as we mentioned, drafted Kirk Cousins in the 4th round, the same year RG3 was drafted. He told NFL Network Kirk Cousins is a franchise quarterback. He'll be a top 10 quarterback in the league, no doubt about it. Your thoughts on that?
I like Kirk. I do. I think he's an awesome guy. He's an awesome dude, extremely smart, intelligent, understands defenses, understands what Jay Gruden wants him to do. He's a guy he's one of these kids and one of these players who I feel like when he was 6, his daddy put him on the little league team and was like, son, you're going to play quarterback, and we're going to learn everything about playing the position on and off the field. So I feel like he fits the position from that point. I don't think Kirk handles adversity well. So to be the quarterback of the Washington Redskins, a team that is trying to improve, but historically, just recent history hasn't been good. You can't throw an interception and that snowballs into 4, which snowballs into 2 in the second half the next week. And if you remember last year, Kirk was pulled for Colt McCoy. The game he started that he's credited with a win, Colt McCoy came in and played from the first quarter on because Kirk was injured. So I think we really have to look at these things. Well, he wasn't injured. Actually, Jay Gruden pulled him. You really
but then they were both pulled again for RG3, and they went back to him last season.
Well, and also RG3 coming back. Listen, that decision has a lot to do with Mr. Snyder. A big part of the door is not shut on Robert has to do with Mr. Snyder. I think there is some fire to the smoke around people inside the building, football people wanting to move him, and the owner not biting on it, the owner not wanting it to happen. Kirk Cousins, I think, is a solid quarterback. He's a quarterback that's going to do his best to do the things that Jay Gruden wants, which is why he was named the starter. He's not the long-term answer for the Washington Redskins. Can he get him through this season? Will he have some uptimes like the Philadelphia game last year, the Jacksonville game last year? Yes, he'll have games where he explodes, but he'll also have games where he implodes. And if you do those things, if you're not consistent, you can't be a starting quarterback in this league.
Which is why I have come to this conclusion a long time ago and said it many times sitting in this chair. Kirk Cousins will never prove to be anything more than an average at best quarterback in the National Football League. Period. End of story. Jay Gruden better hope I'm wrong about that, because he just put his butt way out on the end of the limb. This is sink or swim. He has chosen Kirk. He has not chosen the quote-unquote now ex-franchise quarterback. I hope Robert goes elsewhere. But he's trying to make Kirk Cousins into Andy Cousins. He thinks he can make him Andy Dalton, Andy Cousins. So I'm going to start calling him Andy Cousins because that's what he thinks he can do with him. And I don't think Kirk is as good as Andy Dalton is.
I think physically he is. I don't know if he has the mental wherewithal that Andy Dalton has, which probably to me isn't exceptional. But it's better than
it's a little better than Kirk. Okay, so I'm back to Mike Shanahan in that quote. That is Mike Shanahan's pride talking about how Kirk's going to be a franchise quarterback. I reported this at the time. Stephen A. knows the same source that I know, high-ranking Redskin official. We both talked about it. Mike Shanahan, I'll say it again, did not want to draft Robert.